Hello there Internet, and welcome to my first impressions video, or one of probably 2 or 3 first impressions video for the Isle of Reveries Kickstarter playtest demo. It says backer demo on here because it's only available to certain Kickstarter backers. This is a Zelda-like, and it is a game that I played the actual Kickstarter backer demo of back in March 2025. It was successfully Kickstarter backed. I had a really good time with the original demo, and when this key landed in my inbox, and this isn't Demajen's fancy. No, this is a Kickstarter backer key. Yeah, so anybody who backed at a certain Kickstarter backer tier got this. No exclusivity or anything here. Well, I am allowed to show you. I'm recording this intro in post for a couple of reasons. First things first, at the time I recorded the first bit of this, I did not know that this was a continuation of the original demo. Partway through what you are about to see, because there's several cuts in this, I played it in small chunks because of my throat. Partway through, you'll hear me talk about, oh, I got a notification from Kickstarter. So I find out that this is an actual continuation of that after I started. So some of the things that I say, and I'm not cutting anything out of this in terms of the feedback I'm offering, I'm just giving it you as I said it. A few things are, well, there's no tutorial for this, there's no tooltip for this, there's no explanation of what's going on for this. It's like, now I know. It's because it's a continuation of the first demo. If you haven't watched my playthrough of the first demo, I'll stick a link down in the description below so that you can go and watch that. If I'd known, I would have gone to watch that, or even played through the first demo again in order to get my head back in the game. I think that would probably have made my initial experience of this easier and smoother, certainly. So let's get into the Isle of Reveries Kickstarter backer playtest. And there's going to be some good things that I've got to say, and there are also going to be some negatives, and I will try and offer annotations on screen for retrospective thoughts or explanations of things that I say that maybe in retrospect don't come across quite as clearly as I'd hoped. And yeah, here we go. Hello one and all, and welcome to the Kickstarter backer playtest of Isle of Reveries, where we don't seem to have had any options. My house is run down as it is. Why should I let in all these other families? When I make a pilgrimage, I wish for a mansion all to myself. Oh yes, this was the dream sequence. I'm assuming this is the same as the start of the demo that I played. Crop yield keeps getting lower and lower. What's the point? Barely enough for myself. When I make a pilgrimage, I wish for my own farm, with a big gate, my land, my crops. Leaf, why should I be the one that gets to come back? Silenced in a forest, basked by twilight, erased within a melancholy villa, wilting away in an arid plateau, and locked away in frozen darkness, lacking reveries unsealed. Your wish will be naught but your most selfish desire. Pilgrim, I offer you a choice. Forsake your pilgrimage and restore this harmony, or make your wish like all the others. What happens if we forsake? Alas, my power is waning. Fewer and fewer hear my melody, yet it still reaches a spring deep in the southeastern woods. Oh, I think that's probably what the default choice, isn't it? It's probably also what I chose last time. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, you're a leaf. That's right, I could speak this whole time. Oh, there wouldn't have been much point to it earlier. If you were just going to turn yourself into a husk. But you didn't. Good job. Oh no? I'll have to think of one. You know you mumble, right? I'm made up of the traits and wishes of all the pilgrims who've come here. You could say I'm not really one person at all. I'm many. And I don't know which way southeast is. Either way, hop to it now. Okay, do we have any options? We do. Because I've no idea whether that looks really blurry or not. Let's just very quickly... Yeah, it does look a little bit blurry, but to be fair, it's going to be scaled down to 1080p anyway. I mentioned this in other videos, but you probably haven't watched those, so I shall mention it here again. I play on a 32-inch 4K monitor, and pixel art games these days are great and beautiful and detailed, and they're just entirely too big. You know, if you're dealing with a game that's native resolution is like 420p tops, or even like 240 or 260 or 320 or whatever I should know these because I looked into them. But the basic resolution was it 270? A lot of pixel art, whatever the case. If your games are like that, on a 2160 wide monitor, the pixels are actually really, really big, and it all looks too zoomed in. So I've started playing pixel art games in windowed mode. That being said, it would be nice if we had actually had scaling options. So it was like you are, you know, you're playing at 2x scale or 4x scale, because I don't actually know what the game's native resolution is. Bug? Oh, I can in fact pick things up. That's water. But yeah, by zooming out essentially and scaling things so that I can. Oh, those are the bomb flowers, aren't they? And I knew this. By playing in a window, I can actually see the screen and what is going on. Leaf found an Aikido leaf. That's nice. View the number of Aikido leaves on the quest subscreen. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, okay. Just needed to check whether there was anything down the pits. Yeah, if we could get some rendering resolution options. I assume I'll have to capture that with a net or something. But yes, I can't remember. I can't remember whether I played this or not. I have to admit, these here that we're destroying, they look like rocks. I think it's just the colour choice. They don't look like flowers. They are. They don't look it. The signpost is far too weathered for Leaf to tell what it says. Something about the sanctum? A warning? Welcoming? Who knows? I don't know whether I'm supposed to be able to go in there. I'm guessing not. The dev does say that there are invisible walls blocking you off from places that aren't in the playtest. I have to admit, when it comes to things like playtests, I prefer it to be a little bit more obvious just give us a big red sign, a big red warning sign with a thing through it saying not in demo or not in playtest. Because, and this is a me thing, 100% a me thing. I always assume in playtests that there's going to be loads of bugs, and therefore I prefer a developer to be really clear and to the point with, yes, you can't go through here by design, not, I've forgotten to connect these things up, and so on and so forth. It just makes playtesting easier. Lee found a goddess seed. Sadly, I don't know anything about farming. See the number of goddess seeds on the quest subscreen. Okay, so we can't get into this hut. Can't get through there. Oh, we have a jump and stuff. That's what happens when I don't trial the buttons, because I just assumed that we were going to be at the start of the game and thus wouldn't have any bits and pieces. But actually, we can jump. Do we have a map? Some notes. We haven't met those in this, though, have we? I'm a little bit confused. I'm assuming that's blocked for a reason. Oops. I've never particularly liked it if you can walk into water as you are screen transitioning. One of the ways that this was prevented in Link's Awakening is because you couldn't move while the screen was transitioning. You were locked in place, just like it is in Super Metroid. Can't remember what L1 and L2. There we go. There's a map. Leap to the air. Lift and throw objects. Creatures. Leaves. Lantern. Tool bag. Right. So I feel like I'm missing something quite obvious. We can't get back in there. Okay. We've picked up a magic seed. Oh, that puts me back at the start of the room. Oh, your friend. Oh, wow, my saviour. Those fellas tried dragging me to the sanctum. I kept insisting I'm not a pilgrim, but they didn't listen. Not very nice. Why would you climb all the way up a giant beanstalk to come here? If not to try and make a wish. For the beautiful bugs, of course. Oh, practically has its own ecosystem compared to the surface. I mean, look how odd the caves are. It's like the island itself is alive. There's one little critter in particular I was hunting, the red ants. It likes to hide under flowers in areas near that gross purple sludge. Maybe you can find it for me. I'm a little, scared to pop my head out. You've got a bug net. Use this to catch bugs and swallow away enemies. A good bug catcher always carries 2 or 3. Okay, I have 5. Ant, bug enthusiast, has been added to Leaf's notebook. Okay, so we can... Hurrah! We have made progress. We're going to die. Ah! This wall looks suspicious. What with it moving and everything. A mysterious book? Can't read it, can't set it on fire. Yeah. I think, aren't these glinting because we get an ability that can do something with them? Oop! That's skipped through the options very quickly. No? Oh, yes. There we go. Bonfire lit. Fog! Huh? Pectites! Can I push the graves? No, I cannot. So many glinting things. Which we cannot interact with yet. Oh. Octoroks. Legally distinct Octoroks. Okay. Not going anywhere that way. Head this way. Straight into water. Okay. That's a wall. Oh, and I've died. Oh, I've died because, and this is a UI issue. Oh, you can't see the cursor. The stalk on the left-hand side that has our hearts on it. I had somewhat naively assumed that the one at the top, the big one, counted as a heart. It does not. Oh, can't go that way. I think that might have been a bug or something. As in the thing that was flying around us, not an issue with the game. Oh, damn it. Okay, there's a lot of places that we can't get to in this area, which so far gives the impression of a lot of wandering around, but no actual exploration, which probably doesn't make sense. Let me see if I can explain that better. Exploration is, in most RPGs, it is that sense of wandering around and finding stuff. Whereas, so far, we've done a lot of wandering around. We haven't found anything yet. We found a lot. Well, I suppose we've found a lot of dead ends. Which is... yeah, see, there's clearly a secret passage here. Can I... no. Need bombs or something to blow it up. Oh no, maybe it's just designed to be a fleshy, pulsating wall. I guess maybe that's the gist of things. Did I go this way? Yes. Plus. Aha! Z, back. I don't have a Z. I don't know whether having the note screen having its own separate button versus having to use this menu to get to the map. I don't know whether that's a good use of control real estate. Oh, that was an invisible wall, wasn't it? Pixel art is great. Everything is working. But in terms of... am I having fun? No. No, I'm not. Unless I've missed something incredibly obvious, that's really annoying. And it is quite possible that I've just missed something really obvious. But I don't seem to have any... am I supposed to go and give him the bug that I found to make progress? It's just like, I don't know where I'm going, because the world design has given me many paths and all of them are blocked. And this isn't fun exploration. This just feels like a lack of signposting for early game. It's like, how long have I been playing for now? 20 minutes. And I imagine if you are watching, or if you have been watching this video... Oh. Trinkets. Is that yes and no? Okay, so we've got a trinket selection where we can get a notification when there's a bug nearby. That's cool. But again, that feels like teeny tiny side content stuff as opposed to just how do I make progress? Yeah, I don't know. In terms of first impressions, I really enjoyed the demo, but this just... The lack of any kind of options as to what I'm supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to be going or anything. I don't have a path forward. And I can't playtest something if I can't figure out how I'm supposed to play. It's like this thing on the floor over here, it looks... It looks important, but... I just feel like I'm wasting my time, and you never want that feeling, especially at the start of the game. It just feels like the bit that I remember playing from the demo feels like we should be playing that first, and then we should be getting something. I think maybe you need to be a little bit more generous with how much of your sprite can overlap the liquid before you fall in. But now I'm just being really nitpicky because I'm pissed off, and I am pissed off because I'm bored. I've put aside a couple of hours to play this playtest, and all I've done so far is just retread the same ground 3 or 4 times at this point, and I'm not enjoying it. Ah, okay. That's... It is not clear that that is what that is doing. Yeah, that needs to be made clearer for dumbasses like me, frankly. The fact that it blinks when chances are you're going to hit it just makes it look like, oh, it's an enemy, and it doesn't give it enough time. In fact, I'll show you what I mean. Let me just... Oh, I can't get back out. Okay. If I can just get back up there, I will show you what I mean. Okay. So we walk onto this screen and we immediately see this thing, and it's all of 2 and a bit tiles away from the top of the screen. So we automatically go to hit it, because of course we do, because we don't know what it is. And we follow it, and we get onto this screen, and we immediately try and hit it some more, because we think it's an enemy and it started flashing. And it disappears. And we think, oh, we've just killed it. Because there's not enough time. What it actually needs is for us to be blocked here, for us to enter here, for the enemy to be here, and for us to have time to figure out that actually when we're hitting it, it's not taking damage. And then we can follow it upwards, and then again, it disappears too quickly. If all of the stuff here, the pit and so on and so forth, was shifted up 1 or 2 tiles, then we could see that actually it's floating onto the screen and it's heading for the gravestone, as opposed to it just disappears basically as soon as we get onto the screen. So that is the issue with that. That is purely an issue of world design and signposting. Now, okay, it could just be a me issue as well, but for me, that was far too much time spent trying to figure out something that actually, if it had been better signposted, would have taken, you know, a couple of seconds tops. As it is, because of the restrained nature, because of the size of the world and how little space you've got, if you want something like that to happen, you need to give the player time to figure out what is going on. So spawning the enemy here, you know, it's essentially a second's worth of movement for you to try and figure out what's going on. And again, it could just be me, but the natural propensity is to attack something in a game like this. So yeah, that was utterly unclear, and I would recommend making some significant changes to how that is presented to us. As I said, I'm going to continue calling myself a dumbass throughout this video because, you know, I am. But you're right at the start of the game, and that feels... I'm going to use the word puzzle. I mean, realistically, it's not a puzzle, but it is a poorly signposted mandatory ability to make progress, because if you don't figure that out, I mean, still got to figure out what it helps us do. There's nothing in here. What did we say it does? Blocks and foes. So we need to find the one place, probably, that we can find a block and send it flying. But again, it's very limited in terms of what we've been able to find. Right, there was a block next to a treasure chest. Again, you'd think with how much I've retrod my step. I'm going to be blunt here. It feels like I've had maybe 10 minutes of gameplay in a 40 minutes at this point playtester demo. And that doesn't feel good. Can't go this way. Now, you could just say, well, demo, it's because you're fucking dumb and you didn't work out something as simple as that. It's like, is it simple? Yeah. That was a really simple mechanic to get this leaf, but it wasn't clear because the time wasn't given to us to figure out what was going on. Yeah. Your gameplay loop cannot just be, here's a new thing, spend 10 more minutes backtracking across everything as you try and figure out the one place where you can use it to make progress. Well, no, don't get me wrong, it can be that, but for me, that's really dull. You know, I liked the demo because it was focused, because it had creative mechanics. Oh yeah, piece of power. This does not have any of that. It just feels like I've spent 40 minutes doing barely anything because of the signposting of that one thing. And now I've got a power and I've got nowhere memorable to use it. So I have to go through. You know, it's almost like, you know how in Super Metroid, when you fall down the big pit and you can't get back up, the developers, you can go and watch Game Maker's Toolkit video on Super Metroid for this. The game's devs deliberately limit you to a small area so that you don't get overwhelmed with choices and options, because, you know, that's good game design. You know, they want you to keep on moving forwards rather than struggling. Okay, so that one can be pushed. I assume because it's going to be the way out of there. I'm out of things to say. I am bored. And I'm actually going to stop playing. It's taken 45 minutes in which I feel like I've only had maybe 10 minutes of gameplay. Yes, it was my bad in a way for not noticing that ghost mechanic. But even now I've got this leaf, I've revisited every screen again, and it's just unclear. It's just unclear. It's like, I do not mind exploration, But I do mind it when something is clearly missing, either in my brain or in the game. Because once again, it took ages to get this power, and now I've got this power. I don't seem to have anything that I can use with it, or it with. It's like... Was there a mechanic down here? No. Oh, god damn it! It's far too easy to fall down pits and stuff. No, I'm just going to end up going over and over and over and over the same tiles again and again and again. This is, frankly, a failure of world design. And, unfortunately, it is just not clear enough in terms of signposting what to do, where to go. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't mind some exploration. But if I'm just going over the same half dozen screen or same dozen screens again and again and again, trying to find the one pixel or the one square or the one tile that I can interact with, that's not engaging for me. Other people might love this. It could just be that there's something super obvious that I've missed, but I can't see it. And unfortunately, if the entire game is going to revolve around these same philosophies, I think that would be a real shame, because I really enjoyed the demo and the power that you get that enables you to grab bits and so on and so forth. That was this one, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored. So I don't know whether any of this will be useful feedback for the developer. I really hope that the two screens that get you this wind power are changed, and I hope that I mean, you get a power, and you use the power to get out of the place where you get the power, a decent Metroidvania style loop, and then you see a block like that and you think, oh, okay, I need to push the block because I can get past the... No, I can't. You know, you need places to reinforce this power usage straight away. And instead, what you've got is aimless wandering around trying to find where to use it, rather than having some really obvious places that the player can go, aha, now I can get past those. The very first one that you see is unaffected by it. The very second one we see is unaffected by it. We've got nowhere that we can push it. So we go back. And rather than going down from where we got the power, we go left from where we got the power. And down. Well, there's nowhere here. There's just water, so we can't go anywhere there. So we go left. There's nothing we can interact with in any of these places. We can't interact with any of these tombstones. We can interact with this one, but we can only push it inwards. So it's like, okay, not here then. We go left, and we're blocked. Can't do anything there. Okay. We go up. It's like, ah, there's our friend. And there's some obvious torches over there, but we can't do anything with it because as soon as we try and whirlwind over the water... Huh? It works there. 2 screens? No. Okay, well, either way, there doesn't seem to be anything we can do with it. We can't just place things. Can't set that on fire. Can't move that. Can't get too close to the water because you'll fall in. So it's like, okay, it looks like there's a right and a left out of this screen up above. Let's go see if we can find... No, there's nothing here. Nothing I can interact with. Nothing I can... So we go into the house. Can't interact with the book. Can't push it that way. Can't push it that way. Can't push it that way. And at this point you're thinking, oh, do I have to go all the way back? I'm not going to do that because I've already done so. And yeah, it could be that the route forwards is all the way back there. But again, that is an issue. With how this world is laid out. I hope I've explained the issues here, but we're up at 55 minutes now, and I honestly feel like I'm wasting my time and I'm not having any fun with it, which is really unfortunate. So hopefully something can be done about that. That is, after all, the point of playtesting. You know, this is not me saying, oh, this is a bad game, but this is a badly designed introductory experience. For me, I am bored, I am lost in the worst possible way. The map does not help me. Nothing that I've got seems to be of any kind of use for progression. Okay. So, thanks to Carl, the dev, for pointing me in the right direction. I could have sworn I'd tried pushing that gravestone before, but apparently not. That is on me. I figured out what left trigger does, incidentally. It's... I'd forgotten about this, and it's not explained, unfortunately, in the game yet, but it's the mechanic that allows you to copy items and store one in your inventory, but it doesn't actually tell you that anywhere, I don't think. Which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, just a little bit of... Yeah, there we go. That's what it does. I just feel a little bit of extra clarity would be useful. Aha! Okay. I like the tile sets for these flooded buildings. They're nicely done. Really gives off that sense of, yeah, this is underwater. That's nice stuff. Again, a little bit of sand in the corner there. Yeah, that's been deliberately placed. Now, is this just supposed to be splashes? I guess it is. That is too deep to stand in. Ah. Aha. That doesn't work. So I need to go round this way. Huh. Oh, god damn it. It's so easy. I thought we might be able to... Oh no, we can't do that. So am I supposed to? Does that stay there if I move? Yes. Again, I would argue that the left trigger mechanic actually hasn't been explained at all in the game. Now, because I played the demo, I know it's a thing. Why can I not? Huh. Uh-huh. Well, that's reset the whole puzzle. Why? Do I have to do it all? I have to go around this way because I can't. No, it disappeared. Okay, why did it stop? That unfortunately doesn't make sense to me. I was expecting to have to use the block to push it, to put it in the way. That made sense to me. I'm assuming this is just a way out. I'm never a particular fan, and this is a minor cosmetic issue. In games like this, and it's not just this game that does it. This is not me ragging on Carl. This is something that happens in a lot of indie Zelda likes. If you are going to be blocked at the edge of the screen, I prefer it personally if there is something that obviously blocks you. Because there's not here. It's just a platform. But we can't move left. You know, a wall or so on and so forth. Link's Awakening, which is the game that I'm constantly going to be comparing this to because it is my genuine point of reference for most Zelda likes. Link's Awakening very specifically makes sure I cannot think of an instance where there isn't something at the edge of a screen to block you if it doesn't let you walk that way. But yeah, minor nitpick. It's a me issue. So can't get through there. You got an Aikido leaf. That's nice. Oh. So, is there a pipe section that we can push out? There is. I like how it changes the world around it. That's a nice touch. I mean, obviously that's the basis for the puzzle. I also like how things stay on the ground because obviously this is all built as one room. It's not separate screens. That button? Oh. Why would I do that? Ah, and this won't spill now. Ah. How do I get over to that? There's a block here. 2 blocks. Oh, I can just jump over, is it? Very easy to take a lot of damage in this game. No. I'd like to place it in the really obvious position. It's I think we might have a case here of oh, got a message. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Oh no, that will have destroyed the one up here, won't it? No? But that will send that into the water. Oh yeah, because I've got to do this one first. That now doesn't push. Oh. Huh? I can grab a pipe section. Okay. So if I do this first. Yeah, so what I actually needed to do here was grab a pipe section to complete that middle pipe, I guess. Whoa. That overlaps. Oh, shoot. Oh, we've died. I think that's a boss fight. I'm still really not used to having the... Ugh. Oh, god damn it! That is really slow to fire out. This is a me issue. I just automatically press X to jump, as in X, the south face button. Gotcha. Yeah, I really like the interactivity with the mechanics. I'm going to assume that that stays gone. At least I hope that stays gone. Can I... what is this? Oh, that's a switch. Okay. Shortcut acquired. Aha. Is this just somewhere to get... bombs? Could be. Could be. Anyway, we've made some progress. We've got a shortcut. Wonderful. I wasn't actually planning on recording a load. We'll come back to this shortly. Right, let's shift the window back into the centre of the screen again. It's really weird how it goes from full screen, it loads up in full screen, and then it shrinks down to windowed when you get into the game. I assume there's a reason for that. I don't actually know. What engine's this made in? Do I know? I don't think I know. Steam apps. Isle of Reveries. Playtests. No, I do not know. I do not know. What? WebView 2 loader. Is that a game engine? Hold on. WebView 2, is that a thing? No, that's a Windows thing. Don't know. Might have a look around at that later. So what was I doing? Yes, I was walking straight into an enemy. I mentioned before that one of the things that Link's Awakening does, and I know, I don't know how easy or difficult this is to do. When I was prattling about with Unity coding, I managed to get a camera system like this working with screens and rooms. It was fairly straightforward, but I am, as I've said in previous videos talking about Zelda likes, I am a rank novice. I am below amateur level. I don't know how to code. So I was just kind of trial and erroring it with various tutorials that I found on the internet. I don't know how easy it is to set the character up so that you lose control for that second or so that it takes for the screen. Because the fact that you can keep on moving whilst the screen is transitioning, you can see how far you can get into the screen before the screens actually stop moving. And in those situations like the one that I was talking about in the previous video, where there is a river, a stream, something that you can fall into, within a tile or two, it's like, it means that you can fall into that before the screen has actually stopped scrolling and settled down. And that can feel, for me at least, a little bit kind of unfair, almost. Obviously it's something that you could get used to, but in some ways I feel like the way Zelda did it was, I believe it was simply a limitation of the system. But looking back at it, it's like, if that is true, if I'm correct with it just simply being a limitation of the system and how things are loading in, I actually think it was a limitation that benefits the gameplay. Because otherwise you realistically need to design your game world so that you haven't got, say, a lake or a body of water within a tile or two of the game edge. Because by the time... unless you simply tap through each time. Because otherwise, if you don't stop, you are basically at the edge of the second tile by the time the game camera becomes stationary. Crook's Cave, temporarily. I have to put something on those little... to me, they look like lily pads, but they also look, as somebody who was somewhat closely examined the Link's Awakening sprites, it actually looks like the shadow sprites that you get when you dive underwater in Link's Awakening. So I wonder if those are actually dive spots. Hello, chaps. Are you NPCs? You are. The fact that I've spoken to the red one and the green one has it. Yeah. Under the shadows, they packed. Terrifying masks did not to conceal their gaze. When we drew close, they attacked and sent us bolting in different ways. We failed Lord Crock. We failed Lord Crock. The twin doves, Cassio and Lucio, have been added to Leaf's notebook. Okay. Just checking. A mysterious location that we... Ooh, Misty. Oh, damn, that was a bug. I was too busy focusing on the effect for the clouds. I feel like it might be a little bit too opaque, especially when it's like that. Maybe that's what you're going for? Again, I appreciate I am being Mr. Nitpick. Yoink. Yeah, that's actually a little bit too dark, too opaque, too... If it's just supposed to be clouds going overhead... Oh, you can reach me. Oh, I've fallen asleep. First Pole's voice, then Stalfos. That reminds me of a Pole's voice. Hello, old frog dude. You there? Yes, you. Owl, you look capable enough. A foul beast brandishing a pitchfork scuttled off with my colleague. I beg of thee, free my colleague from the clutches of evil. What's that? Goddess, Reveries, will you stop hooting and listen? They're the only ones that can stir my concoctions. Oh, whatever will I do? Kyrus, Potion Savant, has been added to Leaf's notebook. Yeah, I like having this notebook. I also noticed that there are check marks. I suspect those are side quests that we can do. Would be my guess. Right, we're not getting across there. Can I? Yes. Get out of it, bunny. Is there a bestiary? There is not. Is that faded out because we're in a different area? That would be my guess. Whoa. Okay. So the reason for the obscuration is because it is for obscuration. It looks like we might have a Lost Woods style situation there. Huh. Yeah, we do indeed have a Lost Woods style situation. Good to know. Ooh, that's weird. Ooh, I'm not sure I like that. Going left puts you at the top here. I was expecting more of a Windfish's egg style thing. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so it's that, and then that. And then that. Wow. Okay. We've got no defensive move, by the way. So it was that, then that. Yeah, without a shield or something. Huh. Oh. Woo, 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 woo. There's that, then that, and that. At least we don't have to face off against that enemy again. Oh. Just trying the alternatives. assuming it's going to have to be... No, it's not. Huh. So it seems to be quite specific about which ways we can go. But then we get to this. Twilight thickets. Hold on. Yeah, need to pick that up and put it in the... Yeah, there is no tutorial for... Interesting, this is like a parallel of... Oh! Save! Okay, everybody seems to be turned into these things. So, are they supposed to I thought they were flames. But are they actually like ghosts? I hear the sound of something happening. This looks like it should be a barrier. Hello, friends. Well, what have we here? I can't remember the last time a pilgrim stumbled into this spring. It's been that cute mole. Oh, not stumbled, you say? Oh, that's right, you were sent on a mission. I've been guarding this spring for my whole life, waiting for your arrival. Oh, I'm teasing you, love. I know who or what your companion is. I was once a mere fish, but the goddess bestowed upon me a sacred duty. To look over this spring and help any who have forsaken their pilgrimage. The goddess may be simply irresistible in the process. There was one other like you years ago. Oh, that adorable mole. I don't know what awaits you beneath the spring. You'll find out soon. Guinevere, wishful fish. It's been added to Lee's notebook. Ta-ta, love. Aha. Oh, that actually is deep, deep water. Right. Yeah, this looks like it should block things just because of its shape, but it doesn't. Oh, it is animated. The purpley border, I saw it shift as soon as I came onto the screen. I thought it was a weird camera issue. It's not. Oh. A fragment of the goddess's power has been granted to Leaf's companion. They can now restore a pilgrim's spirit husk to their original form. Some people deserve a second chance, don't they? I guess. Oh, she's back. So, spirit husks are these. Leaf, check out that floating spirit. That's a husk of a pilgrim. I can restore them to their original form. Let's try it out. Okay. The winds could have carried me anywhere on this isle, but they carried me right back to a farm. Ironic, huh? Ah, sorry, I'm Zelen. I used to be a farmer. Here, find these odd seeds in my pocket. I think you can plant them over there. Not sure if the soil is my calling anymore. Goddess seed. Plant them in special soil. View the number of goddess seeds. Well, we've got. Da 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 da! The blue ring trinket. Oh, I remember. I remember rings from Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Leaf's blue, dabba dee dabba da. It'd be nice if we could, as a UI thing, in the low. I keep going to use the mouse cursor. It would be nice if we could see in the lower box the ones that we have got equipped, because we can't see them. Well, I'll be. Not saying I'm ready to pick up the rake and trowel yet, but there's a lot for you to learn about the soil and a lot that I can teach you. There's giant blue fruits that look like berries, the bomb flowers. Leaf has been acquainted. Yes, I have. Right, bring one of those back here, Leaf. One bomb fruit coming right up. I noticed he said Leaf L-E-A-F, which isn't how our name is spelt. Has that just changed the colour of our palettes? Or was there more to it than that? I actually can't remember what colour we were before. That says a lot about me, doesn't it? We can only actually play with them here. Is that as an equipping? Yes. Yeah, it turns us blue because we're green normally. Okay. I thought that was the case. I didn't think we were blue before. As I said, no brain. Right, BRB. Okay. I am about 90 minutes into my playtime of this playtester backer. Playtester demo. Kickstarter backer, playtest demo. I can do English. And Carl has just put out an update on the Kickstarter, which clarifies a few things. First of all, this actually is a continuation of the stuff from the first demo. So the reason for the lack of explanation for the left trigger ability and so on and so forth is because that was all from that first demo. Trouble is, I played that first demo, and I'm just going to have to look this up. And again, I'm doing it all live because I'm rubbish and probably should have sorted this out in advance. Isle of Rev. When did I play Isle of Reveries? I played it on the 2nd of March. It's now the 6th of July. So it was four-ish months ago, which explains why I don't remember any of it. But it also explains why those NPCs that were like, well, we haven't seen those. They were from the first demo. So this was originally going to be the second dungeon, just the second dungeon. And I remember him saying that in one of the backer updates. But instead, there's going to be about 3 to 5 hours of gameplay in this playtest. And as far as I'm aware, in fact, I think it says further down that I'm just allowed to show you it. So I will show you bits. Breakdown of what's in the demo. 6 character side quests, 4 steps in the trading sequence, 8 trinkets to find, 7 Aikido leaves, 7 Aikido grotto levels, whatever those are, 6 different types of bugs to catch, 3 additional hearts to acquire, 2 from side quest, 1 from the dungeon, the second dungeon, the Overgrown Shrine, and a bunch of fishing nodes. That's what those little things that look a bit like lily pads are, I'm guessing. If you're a content creator, feel free to post your gameplay, and if you get stuck in a puzzle, message him on socials, which I totally didn't do. Oh no, I've already admitted to doing that, haven't I? But I did, yeah. So, one of my qualms was, it's like, oh, this hasn't been explained, yada yada yada. It's like, yes, because it was from the previous. The duck tape trinkets. Doubles pot lid durability when equipped. Is the pot lid a shield that we are going to get, or something along those lines? Oh, yes. I need to use that on you. You're a moose, or something. I'm back? Who are you? How'd you do that? Huh? Your name's Lonk. So we've had Leaf, L-E-A-F. We've had Lonk, which is not in any way Link. Leaf, they mumble. Boy, I must have been floating around the Isle for years. I saw a ton of pilgrims come here just to end up like me. All that time, there was only one thing rattling around in my noggin. The reason for my own pilgrimage. Back home, on the surface, trees are so rotted, impossible to build with. My home was the only one left standing. And well, I wanted more, for myself. Leaf, say something to lift their spirits. Oh, I have an idea. Yes, sir, I could do it. Ah, well, there's not enough wood. Apparently there was one more pile of logs. I don't want to go chopping down these beautiful trees. C'est la vie. Oh, you did it, Lonk. I don't know how, but you did it. Yes, sir, I have a vision. I can do this. Oh no, what have we done? That reminds me of the Game Boy picture. But, oh, he's built a barrel. Kitty! We cannot pet the cat. Feedback. Urgent feedback. This needs changing. We cannot set the cat up. No. We can't pet the cat. Give us an option to pet the cat. Oops, that was a notification from Firefox. Thanks, Firefox. Almost forgot. I left something for you in the basement. In the basement? Sure. It's a rat on a table. What's up, pal? I got a special item for you. Equip it in dungeons and then find me in there. I'll give you some intel. Leaf, got the cheese trinket? Managed trinkets? Sure. Talk to mysterious rat in dungeons? I don't like the way that rat's looking at me. Leaf found a pot lid. Use this to block attacks before it breaks. Equip via the toolbag menu in the equip subscreen. There be our shields. The milk bar. Okay, we now have blocking. We cannot move while blocking. It locks us in place. Oh, it costs magic meter to use. Feel free to come back and grab another one whenever that breaks. Okay, so we're going to have limited block potential. I am I am torn from a UI perspective. I appreciate that we get one more button than in, and again, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna compare it to Link's Awakening. I appreciate that we get one more button. So rather than just A and B, we get 3 buttons. So we get the 3 top of the face buttons, and then A is your interact button. So we've essentially got 1 extra item button, as well as a kind of catch-all, interact, pick up button. But we've also now got this extra layer of menuing to go in to the tool bag. Now, swapping items in Link's Awakening was already panned as faffy. It was understandable because you only had 2 buttons to work with. You had A and B. But one of the biggest critiques that I know people levied against the original Link's Awakening back in 93, it was 93, wasn't it? Yeah. Was that the constant menuing was annoying. And here you have a similar thing. You got some menuing to do, not quite as much because you've got a couple of extra buttons, one of which you can equip something to, so you don't need to do it as often. But then you've got this extra layer of equipment, tool bagging. And I worry that just adds to that sense of... And again, these are tiny nitpicks. But to me, that is the point of playtesting, to offer feedback on everything. Any kind of issues that you might see. So the fact that this notebook has its own separate button as opposed to being simply a page in this, you know, I would probably have the map as select and put the notebook inside this menu. I feel like I'm going to check the map way more than I am likely to check this. As I said, I like this. I think it's very useful, but I don't think I'm going to use it as often as I am the map. And again, having both bumper R1 and R2 are both jump, and L1 and L2 are both fairy. So we're working with very limited controller space. Now, anyway, let's continue. Snell. Right, that's a switch. Aha. Is it a raccoon? Or a fox? Or a bat? Leaf picked up the ruins gate key. Mr. Kido, the collector. He looks like a thief, doesn't he? He looks very thief-like. Hello? Your frenemy seems to have drifted off into a deep slumber. Something extremely loud might wake them up. You're not that cruel, are you? Huh? Deep sleeper? Okay, we're going to need something louder than that then. Has he fallen asleep because of that on the hut? Right, I'm assuming this is Dungeon 2. No, not quite yet. Hello? Well, what if it ain't Leaf? What brings you to the Twilight Thicket? I'm always done mapping out the woods in these ruins, but you know, I can't get these cute little rabbits out of my noggin. The ones that sing that soothing melody from atop the stumps. Gosh, I'd love to see a picture of one up close. Okay. I have taken a picture of one for you. I think this was how it works. Is that? Those drippy ears. Those magnificent whiskers. Ah, I can practically hear its melody from here. Did you fall asleep trying to snap a pic? I bet you did. Here's that map. Peep the huge tree in the northeast. I wonder what's there. Atlas filled out Leaf's map of the Twilight Thicket. Huh. Doesn't seem like there's a massive amount of world here, does it, if it all fits onto that one screen? But again, you're going to have the dungeons. Right, that's a fishing thing. That was telling me that there was a... Yoink. Okay, can't do anything with them. Yeah, so that is a hook shot. I'm assuming a hookshot related thing. Yes, if I'd known this was a pure continuation from the first demo, I'd probably have gone back and played, or at least looked at. Oh. Oh, damn it. Was I really that close? Okay. I vaguely recall those things being quite useful in one of the puzzles that I thought was quite cool. Ah. Oh, for fuck's sake. What? What? Oh, see what I mean about having pits so close to a screen edge? Because of how the screen transition works. That doesn't feel good, but unfortunately it means that you've got two options realistically. You either stop putting obstacles that close to the edge of the screen, or you go the Zelda route and you figure out a way of holding Leaf in place while we wait for the screen to transition so that you don't just automatically walk into the pit or water or whatever it is. I knew one of them was going to be a... think that's the only way of killing those. So what did that do? Did that clear a way above us? I think that cleared a way above us. No, not that way. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a fishing spot. I think it's going to have to be somewhere accessible from here. Which means it's probably... No, that's a bombable wall down there, isn't it? But we don't have any bombs. It's so easy to fall into that. Ah, right, if I do... No, if I do this... Hold on, let's pick it up again. We may need it. Shit. Right, who was it that wanted a bomb? Somebody wanted a bomb. It wasn't you. Was it you? No, you're... Hello again, do you like games? Do you want to play a game? Yes. I love games. I made my own game. You should play it. It's a fun game. Follow me. No. Not right now. How did you... now, watch and learn, Leaf. Huzzah! I expertly cultivated this plant. It'll continue to grow here from now on. That's handy. Bring me a mushroom next, one of the red ones. Okay, so this is a place where we can... where we can grow the flowers that we want. So we can pick them whenever we want to. Wah, 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 wah. Interesting that there's two shortcuts there. Do we get... No, we do not get health back. Add those. I thought I would have noticed if we had. Ah, that was the gate that we opened up. Wah, wah, wah. crud. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh well. Oh, we're here. You did it again. Secret technique of my elders. I call upon you. Huzzah! I expertly cultivated this plant. It'll continue to grow here from now on. I require a pumpkin. Interesting. The pumpkins have uses other than just being there and... I don't think there's any pumpkins nearby. We'll grab one. Should we pass one? Oh, we can actually read this one. Bored, look yum. Make nice stew. Okay. Okay. Whoa, ooh, off we go, slide in. I don't think I can hurt this guy. Oh. What? Uh-oh. I think I might have bugged that. Ooh, I have. I can't use my... I can't use the fairy ability anymore. Yeah, they're not responding. Let's see if going out... There we go. Yeah, I messed something up there. I find it interesting that there doesn't actually seem to be any... anything that we can do with the soup? Can I put a mushroom in it? Not like that, I can't. I can't seem to interact with it in any way, shape or form. No. Okay, that's mysterious. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a green mushroom. Can't reach it either. Oh, that's not the... Yeah, there's a significant number of enemies that are just invulnerable to our attacks. Unless we do something specific. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, okay. Shortcut get. Oh, that did work. I thought I was too slow. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's put me down here. Okay, I did a thing. I raised the Eagle Tower statue or something. I'm assuming it's probably something out here. Can't interact with that sign. Nor can I steal the sign. Just thought. Okay, we're not getting across there without a hookshot. So this is not... well... no. We raised the thing. It was unclear what it did, but it has been did. I'm sure there's a secret technique to dealing with those enemies, but they hit you quite hard. And they're not particularly interesting to fight. I think you're supposed to jump over them when they charge at you. Hey, fox friend. No, you're an anteater, aren't you? Have you met Atlas? He's odd, but knows his stuff. He told me there's a ladybug that only lives in this shrine up ahead. I don't know how he knows that. We're both afraid to go in. Ugh. I got too close. I got a seed. Can't go underneath the rickety bridge. Oh, that lasts longer than I expect. Nope. Wah, 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 wah. Oh. That sign does not work. And we are not getting out there. On the wrong side of things. Ha 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 ha! The rope trinkets. Negate pitfall damage. Yes, please. Nice. That will be of immense use to me. Just takes us around there. Bit of a loop with no seeming purpose. Ugh. They lurch at you quite quickly. I assume it saved me having that trinket. How am I supposed to deal with these? I can chuck stuff at them, but none of my attacks work. Oh. Ah, we've got one of two statues. Yes, okay. Switch screens and immediately get killed. Okay, so we need to... No, that's not a map screen. So we need to find another statue. Is it over here? Am I supposed to be copying a pattern, or...? Jeez, we die so quickly. Jesus Christ! They're not fun to... Well, you're not fighting them, are you? Because there's no strategy involved. Let's try using the pot lid or whatever it... See if that helps. Now, if you could blow the shells off these things with the wind or whatever, it'd be interesting. But as it is, it's just a case of stand next to them and spam your lantern. Otherwise, what else can you do? And the fact that this shield uses up your magic meter, when you've already said it breaks after a certain number of uses, it's like, why double the resource? It's a push block puzzle. Or not. That was accurate. Huh? It would be nice if this... It just doesn't place where you expect it to. So, why... Oh, there's the statue, which I just hadn't seen. Okay. Done and done. Okay, we can now get into... I'm assuming this is dungeon number 2. Level 2. Overgrown Shrine. We shall do the Overgrown Shrine next time. Feedback as it stands. I've already spoken about my worry that the menuing might actually end up worse in some ways than Link's Awakening. I hope this is not the case. I hope that the situations where you will acquire things from the tool bag are fewer, so that you're not having to double layer the menus. Having the 3 buttons that we can use should realistically help. Oh, that's where you can see those things. I would like to have that on this menu. I'd like to be able to see what things we have got equipped, even if it means kind of throwing them up at the left over the health bar, because as far as I'm aware, the game is paused while we're doing this. So if we're specifically in the trinkets menu, I'd like to be able to see that. Doubles pot lid durability when equipped. I've never been a massive fan of having shields or weapons realistically, but shields especially with durability, as well as tying them to a magic meter resource. I think that might be a little bit doubly punishing. Those charging enemies are annoying. In fact, a lot of the enemies are quite annoying. Many of them have got invincibility. So you've got the rock bug things. Now, I'm assuming that we will have hookshot to get rid of them. I think I tried using the wind leaf to blow the rocks off them, and that didn't work. But maybe I'm wrong on that. If that does work, then yeah, fair enough. That's a nice way of doing things. I feel like just a little bit more interaction with our tools would be quite nice in that regard. Shall we go and test? Because if this can blow the rocks off enemy heads, that'd be quite cool. Those enemies there are basically invincible to all of our attacks, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, again, probably hook-shotting stuff off the snails' heads is the way that's going to go. Hopefully. But they do so much damage, and the attack is so quick. And to be honest, the jump is so imprecise. It feels it. I find it's after the. I'm gonna put the controller down, otherwise I'm just going to keep on faffing with stuff in the background. In the wake of the success of Link's Awakening on the Switch, having a dedicated shield button and a dedicated attack button, in some ways I find this systems-wise a step backwards. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. After all, Link's Awakening remains the original Link's Awakening with its 2 buttons, remains one of my favourite gaming experiences, one of my formative gaming experiences. But having jump on the right shoulder buttons and having the fairy on the left shoulder buttons, it just makes me think that the space is being wasted. You know, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 buttons on this controller just that could be used for abilities. You know, I've got L1, R1, L2, R2. And I've got X, triangle, square, and circle. I've also got the stick clicks, neither of which do anything. I've got the touchpad, which doesn't do anything. I feel like this is being restrictive when it doesn't actually need to be. I don't know. I think in some ways Link's Awakening remake on the Switch spoiled me in terms of quality of life for a Zelda-like game. And I think this slightly more retro take on it could end up being a little bit more annoying for me because of its classic roots. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's very retro in that regards. Having this on select as opposed to having the map on select is a weird choice. A notes menu is something that I would probably put in this menu. I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to check that often, whereas a dungeon map, it's like, why am I going to check this in the middle of a dungeon? I'm not, but I am most likely going to check this in the middle of a dungeon. But having to go through potentially, potentially up to 2 button presses. I suppose it could loop back around the other way. Because of course you're going to be using this menu quite a lot because you're going to have to go in and equip. So, oh, there's the bestiary. I can't do anything in the bestiary. I've got no control or anything, so I can't hover over anything and find out information about them. It's just, here are some pictures. Yeah, overall, I really like what the game is going for, but there are quality of life, essentially, niggles that I'm just not particularly a big fan of, and that's fine. You can't please everybody. But that is my feedback on the experience up until this point. This will have been an interesting... Obviously, I haven't edited it together yet, but this will be an interesting video to edit together because I'm planning on going back to the first chunk that I played and adding this bit onto it to create a more streamlined version, cutting out the 30 minutes or so that I spent wandering around in the first bit. And I'm not going to make any secret of that. I will add in some flavour, some dialogue, some note from me to say, yes, this is stuff that I've cut out because I was struggling to find the way forwards because I'd missed one particular thing. And I think in terms of world building, that is an issue. If there is only one very specific way to go and it's kind of hidden, but maybe I'd be in more of the right mindset if I'd played the first demo through first, because until I got that notification from Kickstarter, I had no idea that this was a continuation of that first demo experience. I'd argue that maybe a splash screen at the start would be useful, but that being said, this is a Kickstarter backer playtest, so now the Kickstarter backers have been told, assuming they keep up to date with notifications on Kickstarter. Yeah, so the dungeon next time. I really enjoyed figuring things out in the first dungeon. There were some cool bits in terms of, oh, that's a really cool kind of interaction and mechanics. Looking forward to seeing what this one does. Yeah, lots of good things, a couple of bugs, and some quality of life that ideally I would like to elevate my personal experience, but I don't know how other people would feel about it. For the most part, everything works fine. And that's good. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you have enjoyed this look at the first part of the Isle of Reveries Kickstarter backer playtest demo thing. Catch you all in the next bit. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.